I believe we live in a better world because of engineers. Just imagine a world without engineers. It's pretty impossible. Just like any other part of integral society, once you remove them, it's just not the same. Just look at all the things engineers have built. They've built our buildings, our roads, our bridges. They help build hospitals. They help science eventuate into technology. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. They've had some pretty good ideas throughout the years. Some have worked, and some have failed dismally. But I think the end result, you'd agree with me, that engineers have made a better world. But I suppose what I really want to ask is, do we have a responsibility for more? Is it enough just to build a building and pay for it? Isn't there something else we should be doing to make this a better world? Does a bridge that has shiny lights make a better world? Surely there's something else. It just doesn't quite seem right to me. But what if we took our gaze a little bit further? I mean, what about all those people not living in Australia? Not living in a society with good infrastructure, healthcare, water, sanitation? I mean, at the end of the day, I don't want to just be proclaiming it from the rooftops that engineers are making a better world. I want to mean it too. So to figure a few things out, I spoke to Jack Jones, the Vice President of the South Australian chapter of Engineers Without Borders. So Jack, thanks for coming and meeting with me. First, can you tell me a bit about yourself?
Yep, so I'm from Wales, and I studied biochemical engineering at the University of Bath, UK. And I finished that in 2011, and then travelled for a year or so.
Okay.
And ended up in Australia. I've been here 2 years now. While I was travelling, I spent 3 months in India doing some voluntary work for an NGO over there.
Okay.
So I spoke at the Pathways event, and just really struck a chord with me what Engineers Without Borders are doing, and I decided that I'd like to get as involved as possible in what they're doing.
Yeah, definitely. So you mentioned India. Can you tell me a bit about what you did over there?
Yeah, sure. So I went over there pretty much straight from uni.
Okay.
I made my way from Delhi across to Orissa, which is on the east coast of India.
Yes.
It's one of the least developed parts of India. And I spent 3 months there working for a village development NGO called Gram Vikas, and they've made a real impact on a lot of the local communities in Orissa and surrounding states.
But obviously, not everyone has gone straight out of uni and done something like you have. Would you say that everyone should aim for this? It's not really something that everyone can do. What are some other ways that people can get involved if they want?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think you're right there. It's not for everybody, but there are lots and lots of ways to get involved locally.
Mm-hmm.
There are organisations like Engineers Without Borders who do a lot locally with communities in Australia as well as international communities. So
Okay.
other ways as well, things like the high school outreach program, which is very active in Adelaide.
I suppose awareness is key because I think a lot of people think that sure you can just jump on a plane and go and live in a little village and save the day, but that might not be the best use of your time or even productive to them if you're not trained or So I think we have to be very specific about how we apply ourselves in humanitarian engineering.
Yeah, and it's just really important to kind of bring it to the forefront of everyone's minds so that
Mhm.
they realise how important everyone's contribution can be.
Yeah, definitely. Everyone can help.
Yeah,
In
that's
some
right.
way or another. Yeah, everyone should help. Now that gave me a lot to think about. So, as an engineer, what can I personally do to make this world a better place? I could have spent this time talking to you about some past engineer who, for his time did well, but what I really want to talk about is ideas about the future. That's what I'm really interested in. So in conclusion, viewer, I want to ask you a challenge. What does it even mean to have a better world? We must ask ourselves this question, and we must ask each other. Because the answer is worth working towards. Because engineers are problem solvers, and we can make a better world.